Okay, today I'm going to be showing you how to relearn tires on GM vehicles. Your GM vehicles today are going to be Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, and Cadillac. Now all these different models of GM vehicles, they all have this tire monitoring system. I would say all of them within the past 10 years, give or take, don't quote me on that, but probably about the past 10 years, they have this type of system. And you'll know if it has a system because on the screen here, you can scroll to the tire pressure screen where it shows the tire pressures of each wheel, and it'll actually have a number there. If it has a number telling you the PSI in that tire, you know you have this system and the tires can be relearned. So, and you'll see that screen here in just a second. But first I wanted you to see this screen. If you have this screen pop up and it says Service Tire Monitor System, either you need to rotate your tire, either you need to relearn your tires, or one of your tire pressure monitors in the wheel has gone bad and it needs to be replaced. Now, in order to tell if the tire pressure monitor is bad, you're basically just going to activate the learning like we're about to do here in a second, and as you're going to each tire and you're relearning them with your tool, it should honk. When it honks, you know that tire monitor has been relearned. But if it doesn't honk, if the car doesn't honk, and you keep pressing the button and it's not doing anything, you'll know that that tire pressure monitor is bad. More than likely, like 99% of the time, that tire pressure monitor is going to be bad. And also, on the screen here, it'll show a flat line and it won't show a number. There will be no reading there. Like all the other tires may have a reading, a PSI reading, but that specific tire monitor, that wheel will show like a flat line and no number, and you'll know that that one's bad. But you always want to relearn them first to make sure that all the tires are in the right order, that they're all correlating to the screen, so you're not actually replacing the wrong one. But like I said, if it doesn't honk when you go to the tire to relearn it, you know that's the one that's bad. All right, so when you see that message right there, it's either one of those two problems. So now here's the screen, and to get to this screen, you have to go here on the steering wheel. You have a check mark and some arrows, and you can scroll on your instrument panel to like vehicle information. You got audio, phone, navigation. Go to info. You're gonna hit the check mark, and then this is all your vehicle information. You have like your oil life, and all kinds of other information. But just scroll till you get to the tire pressure screen. And on other GM vehicles, it may not be here on the steering wheel. Sometimes it'll actually be the little knob up here. Some of them, not very many, but some of them are there, and you just got to push it and turn it and to get to this tire pressure screen. Some of them are over here on the side. It'll have like little squares, like 4 little squares, and that's how you scroll to this screen. And it could be on the left side of the instrument panel as well. But for this particular vehicle, it's right here. And a lot of the newer ones are going to this style. And before I forget, there is a few vehicles like the Traverses, I believe, the older Traverses, maybe the newer ones. But if you can't find a way to get to this screen, look at the keychain, and if it happens to be one of those rounder keychains, kind of like a teardrop shape, then on those you have to activate the tire learning from the keychain itself. And what you'll do is you'll just hold down the unlock and lock button and just keep on holding it down. But you got to make sure this screen's up. You got to make sure the car's on. It doesn't have to be running. You can do it while the car's running, but all you really have to do is just have the car on in the on position to where this all lights up, and you can get to this screen. So you got to get to the tire pressure screen, and then once you're there, then you can hold down the unlock and lock buttons and just hold them down until you hear those 2 honks, and this screen will show tire learning active. So this vehicle doesn't have that style, so we're just going to press down this check mark right here, just hold it down, and you hear those 2 honks. screen will say tire learning active. Sometimes the screen will say, are you sure you want to relearn? And then you scroll to yes and hit yes, and then it'll give those 2 honks and tire learning will be active. Okay, so tire learning is active. If you leave it here too long, it'll reset and you'll have to do it all over again. But the tools you're gonna need is this tool right here. Different companies make this kind of tool right here, but they're basically all the same. I got this one off Amazon for like 15 or 20 bucks. It's worth having though. It works really well, and I've had it for a while. I use it every day at work. So so now that tire learning is active, we're gonna go out, and you're always gonna want to start with your left front tire, and the order you go in is left front, right rear, and then left rear. You have to go in that order. All right, so you're gonna get your tool, you're gonna put it right there next to the valve stem, like on the tire itself, but right in front of the valve stem, and you're gonna push the button. And when it honks, that means that tire is learned. You're gonna go to the right front, same thing, hit the button. That one's good to go. Right rear, hit the button. Good to go. And on this last tire, the left rear, it's gonna honk like that when that tire's relearned, and then it'll honk twice, basically telling you that the tire learning has been complete. So we're gonna push the button. And now we're good to go. So now when you look at the screen, all your PSI readings are showing up. Now, like I said, if one of the wheels if you try to learn it and it doesn't honk, then you know that tire pressure monitor is bad and it's not reading. It's not able to relearn. And on this screen right here, it won't show a reading because it didn't read. You'll know that's the one that needs to be replaced. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching.